is my moment.
Oh,
This
sorry.
is me as an Avengers fan.
Go
Greg,
back.
there's
There's no lighting there.
Don't worry about
We'll
it,
stand
everybody.
here.
It's getting there. We're doing it. It's about time. When we return, ladies and gentlemen, Square Enix takes the spotlight. Stick around, find out what's next.
Okay, watch.
As a part of Play For All, GameSpot will be bringing you the latest gaming news and announcements, interviews with developers, the biggest press conferences, and lots more. Play For All is our yearly online event that combines the excitement and announcements of E3 with charity live streams the following week with lots of special guests who are going to help us raise money for able gamers. So join us in June for E3 and Play For All on GameSpot.com, YouTube.com/GameSpot, Twitch.tv/GameSpot, and as a part of E3's official broadcast. See you then.
篝火营地是中国领先的游戏媒体，创立于2018年，致力于为全世界的中文游戏玩家提供专业、精准、迅速的资讯情报。篝火营地立足于中国，与多家国际一流游戏媒体同行达成正式内容合作关系，源源不断地将最新鲜的游戏资讯第一时间带给全球中文游戏玩家。自成立以来，篝火营地在全网的内容浏览量已经超过5亿，服务了数百万的读者和玩家。我们的愿景是做游戏文化传播者。您可以在全球各大手机应用市场下载篝火营地 APP， 或者访问3w.gamebonfire.com 来加入游戏传播者的行列。
The Kingdom Hearts franchise is my favorite franchise of all time.
Kingdom Hearts, that has a very special place in my heart.
Lara Croft is the reason why I started to become really adventurous in my own life. Tomb Raider, I think, became a symbol of who I wanted to be.
Tomb Raider is very important to me, and not just because I worked on it. Dad got it first, and I remember him being really excited at the T-Rex in Tomb Raider and completely spoiling it for me.
Final Fantasy VII, the original, that's what got me started on JRPGs, and I love JRPGs.
Kingdom Hearts 3 was like the biggest hype I have ever experienced. I remember taking time off work, locked myself in a room, and I stayed in that room for as long as I could.
Final Fantasy XIV is a game that I recently dipped my toes into. I didn't know anything about Final Fantasy, but I tried it and I think I put 1,000 hours into it, and it's just a matter of a few months.
So I was playing Tomb Raider, and every time I'd like get stuck, I would just like rage quit and like pop out the disc and put it back in again.
When they showed the Final Fantasy VII with new technology, to see it reimagined in such a perfect way was amazing.
The remake in general is stunning, which again, it's a Square Enix game, not shocking.
Welcome back to E3 Live from Los Angeles. Don't forget e3expo.com/shop, where you'll find all the limited edition shirts, hats, and jackets you've seen me modeling throughout the presentation. Deadheads. Up next, of course, is Square Enix Presents. Guys, what are we looking forward to most, and why is it Marvel's Avengers?
Oh my goodness. I mean, where to even start? Like, there's so many different.
Baby. Babylon's Fall, baby.
What are you doing here, Michael?
All y'all stop the show. Babylon's Fall is gonna be the most fire thing Square Enix is showing. It's gonna be game of the show. Check it. Babylon's Fall, baby.
What? You just hijacked this.
I have never run into the media suite,
that just
and, you know what I mean? Never done that. But Babylon's Fall is being shown.
Can't believe this, man.
A lot of people are stoked about it. Michael Heim from GameSpot being one of them, of course. That's always good to see.
I didn't know it was going down there. I was like, Michael's coming in here really hot. Okay.
That's all he knows how to do.
Exactly.
Michael's either asleep or that hyped about weird video games.
My goodness. We were talking about Marvel's Avengers, right? A little bit there. Yeah, I was like, okay.
Square Enix in general. Yeah, of course.
This show, I'm just like, anything goes. Anything goes.
We told you we're insane.
You know what? I'm starting to understand that at a different level. So yes, War in Wakanda.
Yep.
Totally amped for that. We saw a little bit of an art reveal yesterday.
Sure, yeah, new look at Black Panther, right?
Yes.
So far, all we've had is that teaser trailer at the last time they had done one of the Square Enix Presents or whatever, so that's nice to see. Obviously, as I've talked to death, so we won't go any further with it.
Yeah.
Excited for more content. I need to see what the end level stuff is. They're calling this an expansion, right? It's not like the episodes we've gotten for Kate and Clint, so what does that mean? How big is this going to get? But then, of course, another one that speaks directly to me and I want is Life is Strange True Colors. I love Life is Strange. We have a brand new one coming up this September. I can't wait to see what that's all about.
Yeah, Life is Strange True Colors, that like hits very close to home for me. It's obviously about a woman dealing with the loss of her brother. And what I absolutely love about that series is that they are bold and they're like, okay, we're going to confront trauma. We're going to confront self-work. And then they somehow turn it into this beautiful video game that just absolutely hits you to the core and the feels. So I am definitely psyched to see more about Life is Strange True Colors, but also the remastered collection.
Yeah, of course, right?
Yeah. Super here for it.
Yeah.
Eidos Montreal. That's it.
The new title.
That's all I'm looking forward to. I've been a big fan of Eidos Montreal for years. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. I've loved Deus Ex for years and years and years. And while I don't think we're going to get that, which isn't a bad thing, I feel like so long as more people are exposed to how great of a studio Eidos Montreal is, that to me is the winner. That's what I'm looking forward to the most, hands down.
Ladies and gentlemen, what are you excited for? It's super simple. Hashtag E3 2021 on the social medias. Shout it out there. Tell us what you want to see. We're getting closer. 2 minutes to go. That's the exciting part right here. Do you think there is going to be Xbox hangover? Square's gone out of their way, right, to say these are the games we're showing, which is great. You manage expectations. Microsoft just came out and was like, hey, here are more than 30 games that we have that we think you should be stoked for.
Yeah, there could be. That's a very common thing. It happens at a lot of different conventions, right? There's always this hype of like, this is what's going on, but we're looking forward to this. But yeah, I do think, though, that Square Enix has a great opportunity here to just show some high-quality games, as they usually do. And yeah, I think it's going to be a great, palate cleanser, if you will, from what we got, from like the overload that we got of the Xbox presser.
And that's the thing, one of the things I was complimenting Xbox about when we were off camera is the fact that there were so many games. That's great because you can go in there and then find the 5 that speak to you.
Yeah.
So when you come in with a smaller roster like Square is, it really is, do you like Marvel? Do you like, well, if you don't like these things, then maybe we're not for you that time around.
I mean, it could be a marketing strategy. They might be like, hey, this is all we're doing, and we might see more. I don't know. I'm definitely in the camp where I like being kind of like, let us, what's coming? What are we going to see? So they have been a little bit tight-lipped, but and they're like, hey, this is the docket, but we'll see.
Who knows? Anything's possible. It's E3, baby.
Yeah,
it's
E3, baby. Who knows?
People do lie to us at E3 quite a bit.
That's right.
And so if they have something else out there,
there's one thing I've learned is that E3 is a place for deception. It's like an Among Us lobby before Among Us was even a thing. So that's
that was a good comparison.
Sure.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, I guess
I'm smart.
Here we go. Look at this.
I'm smart.
Oh, we're 16 seconds out. Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen.
It's time break.
Without further ado, here's Square Enix Presents.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's Matt Mercer here, and I'm back as your host of Square Enix Presents. Today, we have a special E3 edition of the show for you, with new game announcements, updates, and exciting news from our studios across the globe. So let's kick off with the world premiere of a brand new game from Eidos Montreal. We hope you enjoy the show.
Dobra, no nareszcie się zaczęło. Zobaczymy jeszcze, czym nam Square Enix wyjedzie. Marvel Avengers. Kurde, tych Avengers w końcu trzeba przejść. Rocket i Krak, ojejcio.
So we got fined. We appear to be 6,963 units short. I know, we clearly need a plan.
If you see anything with claws the size of Drax, let me know.
We got this. Drax, throw him. No! You want monster? I'll show you monster. No! We disrobe.
Keep your pants on.
It could be used as a distraction.
Szczerze powiem wam, bardzo chętnie bym zagrał w to.
We're all professionals here, right? Maybe we can work something out.
You had one job, Quill.
I did exactly what? Gamora, no killing teammates.
That's who.
It's literally in your contract.
I made no such commitments.
In less than 3 cycles, all would be lost. The galaxy cannot be saved, Peter Quill.
We can do this together.
Fucking great, Quill!
Dobre, dobre.
Hi, my name is Olivier Proux, senior producer here at Eidos Montreal. For the past few years, we've had the privilege to work on our version of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy and reimagine it into a single-player, story-driven, third-person action-adventure game. It's our own fresh take on the Guardians, and something that's really unique to our game is that you get to be Peter Quill. As Star-Lord, you're constantly in the middle of the action as you try to lead this band of misfits. But today, I'm really excited to have all of you join us on this journey, and you'll hear more about the game.
Z przyjemnością kupię i zagram.
This project.
Right, let's do this.
I've always loved Marvel's cosmic characters. Growing up as a kid, I read them, enjoyed them, loved them. I had the opportunity to write for Marvel on some of their cosmic titles. I went back with the help of Bill Roseman, the editor, and kind of cherry-picked characters from Marvel's past.
The opportunity here was to build a team, but to make it all underdogs, so that the reader would think, oh my gosh, how is this team going to survive?
And that became the Guardians of the Galaxy comic, which we loved working on.
I remember the first time that the Marvel crew came to Montreal, we were showing them the design of the characters, how they would look, and they stayed silent. I don't know if it's a minute, but in my head it was a minute. I was like, oh my God, like they hate it.
We realized how much that Marvel and Eidos Montreal share and have in common, and that we knew the Guardians were in perfect hands.
Looking at the samples that Eidos were kind enough to show me, I think he's fantastic and absolutely in the spirit of what these characters are.
What makes the gameplay experience unique to me is no matter in what phase of the game you are, whether you're in exploration or you're fighting, the Guardians are constantly around you and you never feel alone. While you're the leader, the Guardians will also challenge you and make decisions on their own, and you will have to adapt to it.
You are literally part of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
The decisions you'll make will have lighthearted and repercussions, and the game will react to what you do and say.
Gamora, no killing teammates.
That's who.
It's literally in your contract.
I made no such commitments.
You are playing as Star-Lord and you're using your blasters and you're using your jet boots.
Star-Lord is really empowering. He's very agile on the battlefield. He can slide and over with his jet boots. Of course, he has his elemental blasters that have different powers as well. And on top of all of this, he can use the unique abilities of his Guardians.
We're not pirates. We're legally incorporated heroes for hire.
Gardeners of the Galaxy?
No.
The story is about a group of misfits, the Guardians. In our world, they've been together for less than a year. They create something on a small scale that looks insignificant. And as they progress through the story, they discover that they created something really big that threatens the galaxy.
There are a lot of very interesting villains in the Marvel franchise. And when you're starting to work on a story like this, you get to get your pick of which ones will make the best for this story. That gives us the opportunity to bring in some that are well known, but some that are also not all that well known.
What Eidos is getting so right about them is capturing what it's like to be a misfit family. They're also bringing an amazing imagination to it. You're going to see planets and characters that are going to blow your mind.
Interpreting it in its own way, I think, makes it feel incredibly fresh and exciting. It's not a matter of trying to replicate the comic or trying to replicate the film. It's trying to take the medium you're working in and make the best version of Guardians out of that.
They made it fun. They made it rock and roll. They delivered everything you would want in a Guardians game.
Bardzo chętnie bym wcisnął start.
Units?
We appear to be 6,963 units short. If we intend to keep our ship, Peter Quill.
I know. We clearly need a plan.
What about selling Gamora's crap?
What?
Oh, come on. You've been hoarding them stupid knickknacks ever since you first joined us. I mean, don't tell me they ain't worth nothing.
Quarantine zone was always
holding out on us.
My figurines are not knickknacks.
Team's in trouble. Then you can't be bothered to make no sacrifice.
I will sacrifice your head.
And take us to the majestic mountains of Kakarantara.
Guys, I think we should hear out Groot for once.
You know, the only problem with your plan is that Lady Hellbender only buys monsters, and you are not a monster.
Groot, are you really offering to...
No, he is not offering that, okay?
It could work.
Sell Groot? I guess we could bust him out after.
No nieźle.
Lady Hellbender seeks the monster within. The small, ugly one is clearly the correct choice. He's cruel, sadistic, and his soul is filthy and filled with rage.
I vote we sell Groot. I honestly think Lady Hellbender will go for it.
Yeah, well, I vote for not.
I also vote for the creepy little beast.
2 votes each. Peter?
Well, Rocket's definitely scarier on the inside. He's unstable and vicious and totally oblivious to the needs of others.
Okay, we get it.
All right, let's do this. Let's go sell a monster.
We're not seriously flying into that.
You say the weather patterns of Seknarf 9 are tied to the temperament of its ruler.
That's not how women work.
Or weather.
We're flying the wrong way.
Nah, he's not flying at all.
Guys, relax. Just one minor adjustment.
I ever mentioned how much I hate rain?
Hellbender's castle isn't even that far. That is not a castle. It is an impregnable fortress.
So how do we impregnate it?
Ask Peter!
Let's just get closer. We'll figure it out on the way.
There is nothing to figure out. As beast merchants, we will easily gain access to Lady Hellbender.
Good. We've already got a beast. All that's left is the merchant part.
Good thing I put on my official merchant costume.
There is no such thing.
Right? The fact you ain't sure don't bode so good.
Whoa! That is some really crazy lightning out there. Never seen anything like it.
Meteorological suicide is what it is.
Hey, is my jacket all right?
At least you got a jacket.
Some of us are soaking here.
Less whining, more walking.
Hey, Stormlord, we ain't seriously walking through this. It'll take forever in this storm.
Stop complaining. The hardship will strengthen your spirit.
I face more than enough hardship. Thank you very much.
You are welcome, Feeble One.
We got this. Just don't fall and we'll be fine.
Is everyone okay? We should have gone to Mako 4. It would be wary rodent.
You know what? I survived freaking Half-World. I think I'm scared of some little...
It's not alone. Get ready.
What are these things? They are amorphous vermin.
Shoot first, questions later.
Chop them, Gamora!
This won't hurt much.
Smash them up, Drax! Meet your maker!
Steel Boy's enjoying this way too much.
This is the local fauna!
It's about to be an endangered species.
Groot! Hawkeye time! Oh, you, Rocket!
Time to go boom!
I am eager to experience Lady Hellbender's legendary menagerie.
Should we ask them for directions?
I'm thinking maybe they are directions.
Oh, like a signpost or something.
I'm not saying it's an arrow with the word fortress on it, but statues suggest civilization, and the only settlement I saw when we were topside...
It's Lady Hellbender's fortress.
Dead end. That's just great.
It's a retractable bridge. They used them at the prison I was in.
Too bad the controls are on the other side of the giant chasm.
What do you not have time to dawdle in this jungle? I shall hurl the creature over the chasm so he may activate the bridge.
I may activate a hole through your face. Put me down.
It'll be fine. Just curl up in a ball.
What?
Drax, roll.
No.
Very well.
It's okay. He'll land on his feet. I guess that only applies to cats.
You sons of dogs!
Dobre, dobre.
Come on, man.
Ram it, dash face.
Fix the bridge and we'll raise your cut by 5%.
I want 10.
Okay, deal. Thanks for the bridge, Rocket.
If you even think of pulling that
Wait.
scud again.
Hear that?
Guys.
I got it.
These creatures are perfect predators. Stop cheering for the murder monster.
Somebody's having fun. Keep it together, Doc.
Bad dog! Bad dog!
We got the numbers. Avoid the mouth, dodge the tail, slice and clear.
Is anything on this planet not trying to kill us? Guys, huddle up! Already missing the jiggle jellies.
They keep moving around.
Jeżeli na serio podczas zrobić taka muzyka, no to super będzie.
Don't get too close to that mouth.
This guy barely feels it.
Yeah, I smell it too.
Come on, we got this. Perhaps these were sent by Lady Hellbender.
Well, she can keep it.
How come monsters are never friendly?
That is definitely in my top 10 fortresses.
Peter?
Aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, right. The cage.
The point of even getting the Flarkin thing was looking like we mean business.
All right, Rocket. Time to put on your monster face.
I only got one face, Quill.
Are you sure about this, Peter?
Look at him. You better have one hell of a sales pitch.
Fajne są te wybory.
should try selling Groot instead.
What? This is an affront to democracy.
I just think that we might need Rocket on the outside for this one.
Yeah, we noticed. You want to make that call, then you better not mess this up. You hang tight there, bud. When the time comes, I'll get you out of there. Rocket style if I got it.
Drac. Gamora, can you help me with this? What? Why?
To guarantee your safety as our leader.
Come on.
Don't look at me. I ain't pulling that thing. Remember, buddy, menacing, like me.
A się tańczyć chce przy tej muzyce.
Not bad. Not bad. Easy, big guy.
So, how long before someone else wants to pull this thing?
You're 60 clicks from the fortress.
I'd say closer to 75.
We got this. Rocky, what are you doing?
Powiem tak, gra zapowiada się mega.
Guardians of the Galaxy. How many times do I have to kill you? The audacity that you thought you could rob me. Dweller, feast upon them!
Ciekawe, czy jak kolekcjonerka będzie.
Now we're going to revisit two iconic brands that are being remastered for modern platforms. First up, relive the classic games in the Final Fantasy series, and then get one more peek at Legend of Mana ahead of its June 24th launch.
Chyba.
Up next, Earth's mightiest heroes continue their fight to defend the world in Marvel's Avengers. The team at Crystal Dynamics is excited to share the latest updates with you, including new mission types and a growing roster of heroes.
Avengers, secure that super weapon at all costs. Cosmic energy is building up. Every second counts, people. Keep it moving.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
You're out your depth, Avengers. Shutting you down, Monica. understand what that cube is capable of.
Ale ci strażnicy galaktyki to mnie kurde rozwalili.
Applaud your efforts to connect with your roots, but as a man who has seen 3 Black Panthers fall, I must warn you of a few things. Many eyes follow the path you are about to walk down.
They say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around, they all say the same.
You just
thing.
wanted to show
They
off your
chasing
suit.
the fame, they all want the name. But they ain't got what's running through these veins. Make way for the king.
It is Claw.
Vibranium doesn't belong to you.
You are right. Vibranium does not belong to me. It belongs to Wakanda.
Look at me now, can't hold me down. So give me the crown. They say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they all want the name. But they ain't got what's running through these veins. Say I walk like
Now it's time to give mobile players a quick look at some of the games that will be available in the coming months.
Good evening, 426. Our intelligence reports a new threat to global stability. Their reach is unlike anything we have seen before. Following Agent 47's disappearance, you were selected because of your remarkable skills. Execution must be perfect. We will strike from the shadows, and they will never know what hit them.
A sad and beautiful tale that echoes throughout eternity. The first mobile entry in the Nier series. Nier Reincarnation.
Final Fantasy 7.
Today, the team at Platinum Games is giving you an exclusive look at the epic world of Babylon's Fall, featuring fluid combat, powerful weapons, and a unique art style.
Built over 1,000 years,
It was meant to be a tower of dreams. But for 1,000 more, it was seen as a tower of ruin. Persevering through fire and ice and the coldest of winds, eventually the tower became a symbol of unrelenting ambition. That tower's name is Babylon.
Does the savior of Neo Babylon stand among us? Let's find out without further ado.
If I'm to die, then I'll die for hope. For what little hope there may be.
Seen through the veil at last, have you? We're all prisoners of our subjective reality. Believe only what you see, and you're like to end up seeing only what you believe.
Not but two paths lie ahead. Ascend to the heaven above the tower, or fall like this one now before you.
Now begins its tale of both hope and despair.
プラチナゲームズは本当にアクションという部分に関しては世界屈指のデベロッパーだと思ってますし、ニーアオートマタでそれが証明できたんじゃないかなと思ってます。
ニーアオートマタのアクションをもっと楽しむためにどうしたらいいかで選ばれたジャンルがハック&スラッシュでしたので、このゲームのコンセプトは端的に言うとニーアオートマタのアクションでハック&スラッシュというジャンルを楽しむということになります。
もちろん1人でも遊べるんですけど、4人でダンジョンを攻略していくゲームになります。
コンセプトについては、プレイヤーが、途切れない目標に向かって、アクション、追い求め続けることができると。プレイヤーは、ストーリーを追いながらダンジョンをクリアして上層を目指していくと。入手する装備や素材を集めて自身を強化してカスタマイズしていくと。
ゲームのスタイルとしては、オーソドックスなハック&スラッシュという形ですね。ただアクションがスキルや強い力を引き出すためのトリガーになっているところがポイントかなと思ってます。
プレイヤーの背中についているギデモコフィーというのがかなりのキーアイテムとなっています。それによって、遊び方とかカスタマイズの方向性っていうのも変わってきます。
ハイファンタジー感というか、その上品さというところはすごい意識してくれっていうふうに言われましたね。カートゥーンチックにならないようにというか、リアルに本当に存在している人たちがいるかのような感じは意識しました。
このゲームは運営型のゲームとして開発しています。発売後も定期的に新しいコンテンツを提供する予定です。
ようやく皆さんに改めてこういった形で発表できたこと、本当に私たちも嬉しくなっていますし、まさにこれから開発の佳境になっていくので、精一杯頑張っていきたいので、皆さんも引き続き応援よろしくお願いいたします。
Now let's check out the next major entry in the popular Life is Strange series, True Colors. The team at Deck 9 is ready to give you a deeper look at Alex Chen's psychic power of empathy. But first, here's a look at the Life is Strange Remastered Collection.
Feels so weird to be back. After 5 years, you're still Max Caulfield. What do you remember about us as kids? I think about us as little pirates, running and jumping through Arcadia Bay.
We are awesome!
Come on, let's dance! Or take my picture with your new camera. That's Rachel Amber. After my dad died and you moved, I felt abandoned.
Oh, good, you're here.
Rachel saved my life. She was my angel. Something happened to her. We have to find her, Max. Holy shit. Max, what's going on? No! Whoa. I discovered I could reverse time. What the hell is this?
Whatever's going on between us is special.
Step back before you regret it.
Get in, Max! Then I realized I had a choice and the power to change everything. Arcadia Bay is on the edge of disaster. Time to change time.
Whatever happens, I'll always have your back. Always.
Hi, I'm Maya, also known as MXM Tune. I'm a musician and the singing voice of Alex Chen in the upcoming Life is Strange True Colors. I hope you enjoyed that first look at official gameplay from the remastered collection. As a longtime fan, I know I did. You can see the love and care that Deck 9 have put into remastering both Life is Strange and Before the Storm. This collection features improved character animation, lip sync, and visuals, breathing new life into these two beloved games. Back in March, we also revealed the next major game in the series, Life is Strange True Colors, a small-town supernatural mystery. Alex Chen must uncover the truth behind her brother's death, using her psychic power of empathy to unravel the shocking secrets of Haven Springs. Today, we have a first look at Alex's unique power in action. Here's game director Zach Garris for more.
Alex's psychic power of empathy is integral to the story of Life is Strange True Colors. It impacts every relationship she builds and every decision she makes.
Never thought I'd have a freaky empath friend.
For years, Alex has been unable to shut out the strong feelings of others. The fear, sadness, and anger of those around her, leading her to believe her power is a curse. In the wake of Gabe's death, Alex realizes the only way she can find the truth is to embrace her power.
I can't believe this is happening. And the only way to understand is to feel what he's feeling.
From the very start, you can use Alex's power to focus on brightly colored auras to gain an insight into people's emotions.
Gabe was too young. Just too young.
These valuable insights deepen Alex's relationships with the folk of Haven Springs, as well as sparking new dialogue options and events, as here from a scene very early on in the game.
You're gonna lose her. You're gonna lose her, and it's all your fault.
Alex has uncovered a secret that Mac wants to keep hidden from his long-term girlfriend, and now he is terrified that Alex will reveal it before he can talk to Riley.
She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. So please, help me out. Mac's telling you a whole lot of bullshit. Listen.
Thanks for telling me the truth, Alex.
But are we still together? Are you serious? I need to get back to work. Sure, Alex, we'll get out of your way.
When Alex encounters a particularly strong aura, she can reach out to actively connect with that person's emotions. This generates a nova, a supernatural flare that transforms the world around Alex into a reflection of that person's psyche. In this altered, emotionally charged state, Alex can experience fragments of thoughts and memories to get to the root of their issue. But not every emotional crisis can be easily dealt with. Some carry a dangerous, even life-threatening amount of power.
He's dead! I wish I were too.
No decision is easy, and the consequences will be felt across the game.
This anger could kill her. What if I could just take it away?
Using Alex's power is the only way you can uncover the truth behind her brother's death.
What would that do to her? What would it do to me? And even if I can, should I?
How far will you go in pursuit of that truth? The choice is yours.
Alex's powers look so awesome. I have no idea how I'll make some of these choices, but I can't wait to play it with you all when it comes out on September 10th. Don't forget, you can pre-order Life is Strange True Colors now. And if you choose the Ultimate Edition, you'll also receive the Life is Strange Remastered Collection. And that's it for today. Make sure to follow the Life is Strange social channels for more.
And now, we are excited to unveil a brand new title from Square ENIX Japan.
I'm here to kill chaos. That's my mission. Looks like chaos has been waiting for us.
You gonna make us go in there and find you?
Guess we'll just show ourselves in.
I only know one thing. I want to kill chaos. We need to. It's not a hope or a dream. It's like a hunger. A thirst.
Move aside! You're dust!
You sure chaos is here?
Yeah, they can only squash monsters for so long. I hate doing pest control.
This is the Shrine of Chaos. He's here. We just have to hunt him down.
Feel the pain!
The darkness is so thick I can taste it. This is it. No doubt.
Die already!
There was a knight who left on the same journey as you, but never returned. His name was Garland. If you could, I would be grateful if you looked for him.
Chaos.
I'll crush you! Know when you're beaten!
And who are you? We're here to kill chaos.
The prophecy's very own Warriors of Light.
He always wore such splendid armor, with a helmet that was terrifying to behold.
It's Garlic!
No. I become chaos.
I'll leave you with a look at some of the amazing Square Enix titles you can play now, as well as those to come.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but
Just hit me with it.
I'm gonna drop plate number 7.
They're gonna do what?
It's all or nothing.
No, of course I will. I'll call you. Thank you for joining us today. Keep an eye out for news about our next Square Enix Presents. I'm Matt Mercer. See you next time.
Welcome back, everybody. The Square Enix presentation is a wrap. You taking notes?
They take it down
Yeah,
right
I
to
don't
the
blame
wire,
you.
Right
I was
to the
taking
wire on
notes
what they're gonna be
too.
doing on this thing, Jackie.
You know what? It was very tough to follow up the Xbox presentation,
Yeah.
but I actually found this very exciting. They dived really deep on a lot of games.
Spent a lot of time on a lot of things they were doing, which I appreciate quite a bit. Yeah.
In particular, Guardians of the Galaxy. So
Guardians of the Galaxy.
what? Sorry, I almost hit you.
No, you hit your pen.
I did.
Don't-
I got a
don't
little
hurt
mark
yourself.
on
Okay.
my finger.
That's on you. Everybody saw
Anyway,
she did that.
okay,
can't be
yeah,
held
I did. It
responsible
was
in court.
it was my fault. I have a little pen mark now. Anyways, yes, Guardians of the Galaxy. I loved it.
I really liked
I'll
it
be
too.
honest. Yeah.
No, it's interesting to see it on Twitter. The opinions are split on it.
100%.
For me personally, I was into it, of course, having Guardians, the music, and then for me personally, the choices.
Yeah.
Where it's and then they're saying it's single player, and then it's this year. Like they were hitting on all the things I would want from a Marvel game right away. And that is, let's get us in there, let's have a story, let's see what the permutations can be. Yeah, I thought it was funny that the hardest thing in video games a lot of times is trying to nail humor.
100% agree with you there.
And
Yeah.
with the Guardians already having such an established reputation now, thanks to James Gunn and his amazing films.
I
like,
know, right?
To step in and Tim got to see a preview. He was talking a bit on our stream about it of like, this is going to be 80s music focused rather than the 60s and 70s that we saw.
Oh yeah,
with James
Bonnie
Gunn.
Tyler off the top.
Totally.
I need a hero.
And then even
Sorry,
as we were
I was
going
there
through,
for
we
it.
were all talking about how
Yeah.
it is reminiscent of Final Fantasy VII, right? With the
Yeah.
stagger system, and I'm talking about remake, of course.
Yeah.
The stagger system we were seeing there. Obviously, Andy called it out that it was a lot like Ratchet and Clank right now that he's playing because you're
yeah.
calling up and going into the menu wheels that are weapons, but in this are all right. I want Gamora, and I want Gamora to do this action. I think that really opens it up for some cool gameplay.
Yeah, honestly, I was really impressed with the gameplay. I was talking with Michael a little bit. We were like, hey, little hints of Deus Ex there. It was like, pick this or pick this.
Yeah, right.
Sell Rocket or sell Groot. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And we were like, oh my God, we love that. I also really enjoyed watching how you could summon your teammates.
Totally.
Michael was comparing it to like spells and abilities, essentially.
Yeah, from
so
Final
I was there for it. Like you said, we're getting a mixed reaction online right now. When Marvel's Avengers first dropped, everybody was like, they don't look like them. They don't look like, what we saw in the
Yeah.
movies. And I understand that, but I'm sorry, Gamora's look, I'm cosplaying that, man.
Yeah, Gamora
I am
looks great,
cosplaying that, yeah. So, I don't know, definitely getting a mixed reaction, but I love the music.
Yeah.
I thought the funny beats hit.
Yeah.
And I think that with anything that has to do with Guardians of the Galaxy, and again, very tough to follow up the movies, I was a little nervous. I was
100%.
like, is the humor gonna be good here? And I thought all the dialogue really delivered, to be honest. So
100%, yeah, I'm right there with you. And I think that's what's going to be interesting about it. I think it is, again, we all know Guardians because of the MCU. And so getting into this game, it's going to be that moment and having to get in and settle into what this universe is. But even by the end of it, I thought at first, I'm like, man, Peter Quill's hair's kind of tall in this, right? And he's got a much blockier
He's got some
build.
Greg Miller hair vibes
I
going on.
wish my hair could get that tall.
Actually, shout out to Genevieve. She cut your hair.
She did. She cut my hair and gave
Lovely
out my entire
Genevieve.
outfit. That's right.
Love you.
But yeah, for the game, I thought their Rocket voice actor was real good, right?
Yeah.
Because again, these are already so iconic. I thought their Drax was good in terms of not being Dave Bautista, but being in that. Yeah,
First of all, did you hear our producers? They're saying, pull your hair back, and they were like, we were talking to Greg.
They didn't say it in my ear.
I was like, oh, okay, is it supposed to be me?
All right,
Or
ladies and
Greg?
gentlemen, then it's a hair emergency. It's a hair emergency.
No dobrze, to teraz myślę, że już tylko będą omawiać konferencję. To myślę, że zakończymy już i zobaczymy, czy będzie jeszcze dzisiaj jakaś konferencja. No to oczywiście będziemy ją razem oglądać. No to do usłyszenia, widzimy się dalej. Czy coś może jeszcze będzie ze Square Enixu?
All right, Mary, Jean-Francois, and Tim, let's talk Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
No tak jak
Collaboration with
mówię.
Marvel come together.
No dobra, zakończymy na razie. Widzimy się w następnym.
a few years